Begin. This is an awesome story.
What is it?
You guys want the story?
Yeah. I'll hear it.
I still joke about it today because it's fantastic. Really good friend of mine. He's like an uncle to my kids. He's been there since they were growing up. So anyway, so when my son was about 2, and my friend, his name is Tim, he loved to hold Tyler. So Tyler fell asleep in his arms. He's sitting in the chair. And the arms on the chair were just a little bit long, and Tyler had been sleeping on him for quite a long time. And it was hot, and Tim was thirsty. I said, Tim, you have something to drink? He's like, yeah, Pepsi would be great right about now. So what I did is I put it right in the cup holder, just out of his reach. So he's like just trying to get the Pepsi, but he had my son. I'm like, I gave you it. I still laugh about it to this day. I can't tell you the 4-letter words that are usually referred back to me, because he remembers it too. Just, he really needed something to drink, and it's like his finger could touch it. my wife came over and ruined it. That was wrong. Talk about a setup. All right. Let's do the mail first. Hold on, right? Oh, that was terrible. You guys aren't that bad. I had a student last semester. Who was it that literally had to go? No, wait, you guys. That literally was it your class or the semester before that literally had to go running out of the room when I did that.
Really? Not much.
I don't know what's going on. You to All right, here we go. All right. What was that? What was
My son has that one.
What?
My son has that T-shirt.
Can we do AP, please? Sure.
It's all you.
God, will somebody glue it? Seriously? Be doing that. You like bob it all over again. Sorry. Inside joke for those not paying attention. It's good, right? Yeah. So that's what you can do in AP. If you don't make this funny, try teaching this to 7th graders. As soon as you're like, oh my God! Okay, whatever. Don't teach it that way.
They won't know who Bobbin is.
No, no matter what bobbin is when you start teaching the reproductive system. Hey! Okay. All right. You should try sometime. It's not very fun. It's just like, are you guys done now? No, they never quit. What structure is this?
Oh, I can't see it.
Ladder.
Ladder. Look at it from the outside as well. Okay. Meaning, I want you guys to look at this right here. That's the prostate, but look at it from the exterior. It should look like a little tiny walnut sitting inferior to the bladder. Don't get confused, because I know you can, because you can find the seminal vesicle, which is going to make it easy for you to know that this is a male. Even if the prostate throws you off, find the seminal vesicle, find that nice fleshy colored tube, which is the vas deferens. Okay, find that. And where the vas deferens gets a little bit thicker, because I'm showing you a different model than I did on Tuesday, where it gets a little bit thicker near the seminal vesicle, that is the ampulla of the vas deferens. All right, so going back to our cross section. So we know that this is the bladder. I'm not writing on my model. And I do not want to write on my model. Does everybody see this light blue structure right here?
Yeah.
This is your pubic symphysis. This is going to make it easy to know anterior from posterior. Even on the female pelvis as well. That is your pubic symphysis. So I know this is my bladder. Does everybody see this urethra right there?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, the small.
This
tube.
is the only part. So there's my urethra, now it enters the prostate. So this portion of the urethra is the prostatic urethra. Does everybody see this little tube running obliquely at a diagonal right there? That's the ejaculatory duct where the sperm is entering. So at that point is when the immature sperm should be becoming mature, when it enters the ejaculatory duct of the prostate. Don't tell me the ejaculatory duct is elsewhere, it's in the prostate. Okay? So I'm going to follow my urethra down. I'm going to keep on going inferior. And do you see this little band that's running horizontally right there? That's the diaphragm, which is a muscle. It's referred to as the urogenital. Why? Urinary above, genital below. It's a dividing boundary. This is what separates my urinary from my reproductive system, so we call it the urogenital diaphragm. So at this portion where the urethra is, that's named the membranous urethra. That's just what it's called. The membranous urethra is just at the level of the urogenital diaphragm. And what I want, what's that?
Where is it?
Just follow the urethra. Where it passes the urogenital diaphragm is the membranous urethra. Okay?
Membranous urethra?
Yep. So we're going to go posterior because I know that's my pubic symphysis. So I have to go this way, right? You're going to see like a little seed-like structure posterior. That's the bulbourethral gland. That's the gland responsible for giving you about 10% of the seminal fluid, and that's where the alkaline buffer is coming from. And that's also what's going to basically cleanse the urethra so the residue of urine does not kill the sperm. It's basically posterior to the urogenital diaphragm. There's my urogenital diaphragm. I go to the posterior aspect, and there it is. Everybody good?
It's the bulb of what?
Bulbourethral gland. Think about it. Urethra. Bulbourethral. Okay? So I'm going to follow my urethra further down. And now I'm going further inferior into the actual penis. This is what's referred to as the spongy urethra the whole way down. Makes it really easy. If I know that this is my spongy urethra, the erectile tissues we were learning in class today, does everybody see the purplish coloring on both sides? And I said there's two layers. That's the corpus spongiosum. They're lining both sides of the spongy urethra. That should make sense. Corpus spongiosum, that's both of these purplish layers. This is where the bulk of the blood flow is going to fill up. So when Charles said, wait a minute, you forgot nitric acid. Nitric oxide. That's what's causing the blood to fill all these little channels of this erectile tissue, the nitric oxide released by the seminal fluid. Okay? So that's what that erectile medicine is doing. Cause the blood flow. Everybody see this more whitish coloring up here, and it's just one layer? This is the corpus cavernosum. This is the one layered erectile tissue. Yes, it's still filling with blood from the nitric oxide, not as much as this corpus spongiosum.
All right, corpus, what?
Cavernosum, let's see.
Yeah, here we go.
So if I find my bulbourethral gland, I'm going to go back posteriorly and find the base of my penis, and you'll notice that this is what's referred to as the bulb of the penis, because it looks like a bulb. This is basically my testes. And if you look at this little cap right here, that's my epididymis, temporary storage tank, and this skin that would be covering it, which is the scrotum. Okay. They call the terminal end of the penis the glans penis. So just know down here, that's the glans penis, it's the terminal end. So if I know that's my bladder, I know that's my pubic symphysis, and I know everything back here is posterior, this is my rectum. It's posterior. Okay, so I'm getting my orientation, because believe it or not, orientation can really throw you off on this.
What was the terminal end called?
What's that?
What was the terminal?
Glans penis. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So, okay, yep, we did the testes. Testes, epididymis. Does everybody see this collection where I have veins, arteries, nerves, are the vas deferens? This is what I was talking about in lecture today. That's your spermatocord. So if I put a piece of tape around this and say, name this whole collection of vessels, you better tell me it's a spermatocord. Don't tell me it's an artery or a vein, even though that's in there. Don't tell me it. It's the spermatocord. So we talked about that. This structure right here, that's a ureter, because that's my bladder. That's my vas deferens, because that's my seminal vesicle. This lab practical, and I'm not trying to be funny, really technically should be your easiest lab practical because it's all about orientation.
Yeah.
If you have your orientation down, you should be able to work your way through all of this. So there's that, there's that. So if you come over here, this is just a different model. So Same structures, but putting it all together on a flat. Find your pubic symphysis. That way you know everything is posterior, meaning that's my bladder, that's my prostate, that's my ejaculatory duct, that's my prostatic urethra, that's my spongy urethra, meaning those are my corpus spongiosum, and that's my corpus cavernosum. Doesn't matter what color it's in, just know that, 2 layers versus 1. That's my testes,
Scrotum.
that's my epididymis, and yep, got the scrotum surrounding it, good.
You got the gland.
Glans penis, yep. And if you collect all these collection of these vessels, which is a little bit too high, but these are basically my testicular artery and vein. And these are going to be my external iliac vein and artery, because there's my internal going down. Okay, good. You're getting your orientation. That was pretty easy.
You forgot the little cord thing.
It's not really shown on this one. Good?